Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, glad to have you here. Today we have a Greenskins versus Empire matchup, and I am leading the Green Tide here against Quazzle's Empire. And I wanted to go for more of a kind of Goblin build, but I didn't fully commit, which I was slightly sad about. But you can see my front line is Night Goblin Fanatics with occasionally Biggins put in. And I really wanted to get some nice throws from the Fanatics in this one. But my micro wasn't quite on point. I do have a Night Goblin Warboss here, and I wanted to bring him because I wanted to try out this Tormentor Sword, see how useful it was in this matchup, because I know that, the Empire deals with the Greenskins by bringing a lot of mobile, high-threat units. So I figured Tormentor Sword would be a good way to deal with that, and then he does have this big anti-infantry bonus. So I do have him running around with the Broken Tusk Mob. And then in the back, I have the Warlord's Boys and some Savage Orc Biggins. And then over here, I have Durkit Squigs in the forest with my Orc Shaman and a Peaks Loonies. It's kind of like a pushing force over here. And then I do have my Skirmisher Cav over here with my Night Goblin Warboss. And of course, I do have 3 archer units, the Rustiers, and 2 regular Goblin Archers. I do have the Hammer of Gork, and we'll be advancing up the hill towards the Empire. So you can see he's got 2 units of Reiksguard, one over here. Then he's got the Zentler's Reiksguard over in the forest. He's got a main line of 3 swordsmen, 1 Sigmar Sun, and 2 Flagellants. He's got 1 pikeman out on each flank, a free company militia out on each flank. Definitely a army that I would bring. This is a great build. And then a Witch Hunter here for accusation and the armor piercing damage. He does have Volkmar, the Grim, with banishment and his tons of regeneration. He's got a Hellblaster volley gun, which is good to see. I'm glad I didn't bring any Black Orcs. And he's got some Huntsmen here in the back. Then you can see more Free Company Militia, more Pikemen. And he does have Outriders with grenade launchers, which I really didn't see the whole game. But they got a ton of kills, so I definitely should have seen them. But over here you can see I am opening fire on these Flagellants. Not a bad target for the Death Creepers. Not the best target for the Mangy Marauders, but it'll definitely do. And then you can see the Sigmar Suns I'm immediately targeting, because in Steel Faith, they do have 120 armor, which is insane. And I really don't have anything but the Biggins to deal with that. And if you look at my nice formation, they will not be fighting Biggins. Just because I'm too lazy to move my army around. So I figured, why not? I will just hit them with the Hammer of Gork, and you can see it's doing a ton of damage. You can see over here we are opening fire. And I didn't realize these were Free Company Militia. I thought they were handgunners, so I thought he was pushing up here and actually threatening my units, when really I could have just kept firing with impunity. Instead I'm going to charge them, which might not have been the best choice. And then over here you can see I'm pushing up into the forest. I do get charged by the Durkit Squigs because I'm not paying attention. So I'm bringing the AP Loonies in, and I'm going to try and get a Fanatics off, I think. And then you can see coming after my magic with a vengeance. And then over here you can see this Vile Tide just wrecking this Free Company Militia. I mean, not Vile Tide, Brain Burster. And so you can see all these troops are just falling because they're so lightly armored. Very, very good stuff. And then so you can see here I'm getting a flank charge on these Reiksguard, and I'm going to bring my Durkit Squigs back in now that they're kind of engaged from both sides. Which should help me win that fight, especially with the boar. Then you can see I'm casting Fists of Gork, which will vastly improve the damage potential. Then you can see over here, I did charge in here, which I realized was a mistake, and then I cast the Tormentor Sword. So, but the Zentler's Reiksguard did not get caught in it, which was very sad. So you can see they are going to be chasing me, but I do get mostly out of there unscathed. But the Zentler's Reiksguard do kind of get a rear charge on me. You can see again just pushing up the middle, and my Goblin firing line kind of going with impunity. But Volkmar has come over here and just kind of ran over the Rustiers, and I really didn't have an answer for it because I'd forgotten I had troops back here, which is why I'm good at this game. But you can see over here, yeah, I'm just cleaning these Reiksguard up because they're getting attacked in the rear. The AP Loonies are just such a good unit, and the Durkit Squigs as well. And here you can see I tried to do a headbutt, but I forgot how long the casting time was. So trying my best to protect what I have, and then you can see I've lost in the middle, but you can see these Zentler's Reiksguard are kind of overextended. They're chasing after my Skirmisher Cav, they're getting poisoned, they're getting shot. You can see the Rusty Airs are coming back, I've got some Goblin Archers, the Warlord's Boys are over here, and you can see Wurzag coming down. while I'm sending the Broken Tusk Mob over here to just... I really thought these were handgunners, so I was really threatened by them when I shouldn't have been. You can see these grenade launchers just firing away. They already have 43 kills. They're just lighting up some of my Orc Biggins. But you can see over here, they're just in this vicious crossfire here, and they're getting stuck on my Night Goblin Warboss. I think I just called him Warboss. So this is a great little moment for me here, just unloading into the backs of these Zentler's Reiksguard while they try and deal with this Night Goblin Warboss. Then you can see I've got the Warlord's boys surrounding Volkmar, and I cast Fists of Gork on them just to try and increase their damage output a little bit. You can see these Reiksguard are coming back, and you can see I'm just slowly enveloping. I don't think I've gotten any of my Fanatic throws for you. This definitely helped. And then you can see over here, Broken Tusk Mob are fighting the Huntsman, and then these grenade launchers are just firing away with impunity, just lighting me up. But luckily the Warlord, the Broken Tusk Mob, have a decent amount of armor, so they won't take the most damage. And you can see I'm getting a nice side charge over here. And then you can see the Zentler's Reiksguard just slowly getting torn down. So now I just kind of, I tried to sick my Savage Orc Biggins on them, but there's a bug right now that just kind of stops units from doing that. Oh man, look at just the destruction these guys are causing. Into the... oh, there you can see I tried to get those guys over there, but it didn't quite work. But yeah, look at that. Just entirely routing my Warlord's boys with those guys. What are their kills up to 115 already? Then you can see I'm doing some nice focus fire on Volkmar, because I realize he's really the last thing he's got left. If I can get rid of them, if I can get rid of Volkmar, you know the battle's pretty much over. You can see my Broken Tusk Mob just holding down back here. And you can see he's coming out here, and this is exactly why I brought the Tormentor Sword, so I'm just going to hold him down while I finish off these Zentler's Reiksguard. And you can see I'm going to pull my Biggins in, pull my Warlord away, and then just keep opening fire. Dropping him down to 90 armor, which is still an incredible amount of armor. But you can see these grenade launchers did take some damage from the Fanatics. You can see just these Biggins are having a hard time tracking onto this chariot, so it's just gonna... I don't know what they're doing. Some of them, something with the Warhammer 2 chase, whatever mechanics are just not what they used to be. So you can see Volkmar does come in here. See, I'm trying to surround him. I'm going to try and run through my own Biggins, because he knows that he has to get rid of the Warboss if he wants his terror here to work. But I've just got such a firing line. And you can see my mobile units are starting to come back. And, yeah, not the best time for Volkmar. You can see even the Biggins are coming back. And you can watch the kind of end of Volkmar under just the hail of arrow fire. So definitely a good game. I actually got to 0 money in this battle, which is essentially why I won. That efficiency. You can see the Hammer of Gork doing very well. Both my Cav, I think, holding up remarkably well. Some of my Fanatics really doing nothing. My Lord's boys just kind of holding down Volkmar. You can see Volkmar 361. Oh my goodness. My Orc Shaman, of course, doing well. And just really just these Orc Swarm tactics with some critical units to take out some of the important stuff, like the Orc Shaman to deal with the gunpowder units, and the Broken Tusk Mob to kind of just push around the flanks and threaten, and then the Goblin Archers to take out the large targets like the Zentler's Reiksguard and the, of course, just the harass of the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders and the Death Creepers is so good, and really helped to draw out some of his important units, especially this guy, and help put pressure on Volkmar. And so they did a ton of single target damage, even though they didn't get a lot of kills here. But yeah, you can see our Raiders actually did very well. They got a Chevron. This Flagellant's doing pretty well, but really Volkmar being the power behind this build, and this Cav. But I managed to shut down that Cav, which was very lucky for me. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and that's that.